The season of Christmas. We feeling festive for sure. So you get 2 free smartphones when you sign up for a family postpaid plan with Flow. Choose a family essential plan and get 30 gigabytes of data. The family plus plan and get 45 gigabytes of data. Or the family max plan and get a whopping 60 gigabytes of data. With any family plan, you get 2 Samsung smartphones free. Get it all this Christmas at Flow. Sign up in store or online today at discoverflow.co.
TDC Financial Services, we're here for you to help you make your dreams come true. Whether your needs are big or small, we'll support you with them all. TDC Financial Services, we are strong. TDC Financial Services, this is where you belong.
TDC Financial Services, where money is made easy.
Make that 8 minutes after 11 o'clock. This is Jamster. I'm going to be sitting in for Socrates, who is busy today. And today we're going to make it a little different. Today it's going to be Calypso voices, right? We're gonna play some of the songs. Make it a little different. We're gonna play some of the Calypsos. And we'll have the listeners weigh in on the topics that the Calypsonians address, and we'll have some fun. I just received Isop's song, so that might be one we'll hear at some point. But we've been hearing a lot of the Calypsos, and the Calypso tent is happening tonight. We have not tonight, sorry, Thursday night. The Proud Sound tent is going to be doing their thing tomorrow at Spratnet once again. And they're doing this special thing where you go and get your ticket at Warren Bradshaw's and you'll pay $10. But if you don't, it means you're going to have to pay at the gate, and you're going to have to pay $30. And that just might be the last tent before eliminations. All right. So it's Calypso Voices today, and of course I'll take calls on any other topic you want. But I just thought the Calypsonians, the Calypsos have always been the quintessential conduit for the sentiments and the heartbeat of the people, especially at Carnival. Well, anytime, because a lot of these songs are timeless. Where sometimes sometimes you go back to a song that may have come out. I remember how people always say. I've always heard some of the elders say how, for example, someone like Starshield, his songs, sometimes at the time they come out, they may not resonate as much as they do in later years, because when a lot of these songs are onions, and as you listen to the songs more and more, they start revealing themselves to you, and then these songs become timeless, because then there's one level, they're timeless, they're timely and timeless, and then there are the other songs where years after they keep revealing additional layers, so that's always interesting. One particular calypsonian who has stepped back onto the scene after I forgot how many years he said he hadn't sung, and he is, in my opinion, one of our best. He tends to do soca and calypso, and when he turns his hand to calypso, he has a way with tunage and melody and lyrics, and coming up with very pithy lyrics. So we're gonna get started with Fantastic Thunder, A Little Bit of Salt. He's back in the arena. He's gonna be in both arenas, actually. He's gonna be in the calypso and the soca arena. So we're going to start with A Little Bit of Salt. He sings with the Proud Sound Tent, so we get to hear him on Thursday. We also have the recording. So here's A Little Bit of Salt. Now, at any time you guys want to call, you can call and we can talk about any topic. You can talk about maybe the treatment of the song. Also, the topics that the Calypsonians happen to be addressing. So here's Fantastic Thunder. A Little Bit of Salt, shining a light on the calypsos. Calypso voices.
I said Timothy's are done when you give the peace program 40 plus million. I stand back and say, watch a man, watch a man. Then something start to roll in the head like a big drum. Boy, watch yourself thunder, watch your words thunder. Be careful what you're singing in the arena. Watch yourself thunder, choose your words wisely thunder. Cause a little bit of salt does salt up a whole lot of water landed. That's a lot of money though. Kim Collins, national hero. So why the government they don't want to treat him so? His monument should have been in town to let the whole world know what a great thing he has done. Boy, watch yourself thunder, watch your words thunder. Be careful what you're singing in the arena. Watch yourself thunder, choose your words wisely thunder. Cause a little bit of salt does salt up a whole lot of water landed. Kim Collins, you will always be my national hero. If you put St. Kitts on the world map, there's one thing I don't understand about this big ranking policeman, and his presence is really strong. But don't put the blame on me, cause they say he got in the force with a fake degree. Boy, watch yourself thunder, watch your words thunder. Be careful what you're singing in the arena. Watch yourself thunder, choose your words wisely thunder. Cause a little bit of salt does salt up a whole lot of water landed.
Hey, so that's Fantastic Thunder. A little bit of salt. We'll salt up a whole lot of water, and that's an interesting take on, the always controversial situation of wondering what you should sing, and feeling as though if you sing certain things that maybe the powers that we don't like, there could be consequences. So there you have Big Lies, not Big Lies, sorry, Fantastic Thunder's friend saying, you need to watch what you say. So you guys don't have anything to say? 466 0989 662 0989. And here's Lady Legacy, who sings with the Legends Tent. This one is called This Can't Be. We'll listen to this a bit. Don't feel free to call at any point.
Imagine the phone call his mother got. It was like a kick in the guts to hear that her 9-year-old have been shot and was gone forevermore. How she questioned the Almighty. Oh Lord, how can this be? Why take my 9-year-old from me? Lord have mercy, was he caught in the crossfire as an innocent bystander, even targeted and shot dead? Will this be our next 9 days wonder, where after its slaughter we simply mourn and move on? Well, it's so chilling that they are killing children mercilessly. Who would be next? Would it be you or me? Hey.
Well, that's Lady Legacy, but we go to the phone lines. Caller, go right ahead. 1118.
Trevor, good morning.
Hey, what's up?
Jamster, good morning.
What's
Greetings
up?
in the name of Jesus Christ. I'm okay. I'm calling concerning the subject you're on right now, Calypso. Just recently, somebody posted a song, and only part of it was posted. It seemed as though a gentleman sang it at Spratnet with the tent that just gone. And the song was about labor, PAM, unity, PLP. All of them are the same, none better than none. You know of that song?
No, I haven't been to the tents yet. I tend not to go to the first tent because I like to give the bands time to kind of go into the performance and the arrangements, because like the first review tends to be kind of shaky.
Okay.
The first the first time they perform tends to be so.
Okay.
Give them some time to iron out the bugs in the performance.
Okay.
And getting the arrangement right, and so yeah.
I understand. Well, that song in particular, I rate that song very highly.
Okay, you don't know who sings it.
No, I don't know who sings it.
The thing is, I actually, and you know which band? You don't know which band, which tent?
No.
Okay,
no.
what night? Tell me what night you heard it.
What happened that the person posted, right? But they only post a part of the song.
I see.
And based upon the part of the song that I've heard, that's a song that I highly recommend and highly commend, based upon the part that I heard, Maybe somebody out there who might know it and might be able to give more information in it.
So
I think it's a very good song from
Okay.
what I've heard.
Okay.
Yeah, but what I also want to say is that a good number of years ago, I was reading an article, and the article was about, the role that Calypso plays in the Caribbean. And there's one part of the article that really and truly, that's the only part I remember of the article. And the part of the article said this: when the Calypsonians start to sing against you as the government, when the Calypsonians start to sing against the government, that government is on its way out.
Yeah, but I mean, but they'll always.
That's the only part of the article I remember.
Yeah, but But then it could go both ways, right? Meaning, I mean, you always what if it's just that the politician is just doesn't support that party? You see what I mean? Gregory? Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry, Gregory. Gregory, sorry. I think you may have gotten cut off by mistake. So, Gregory, call back. So what I'm saying is, what if the Calypsonian doesn't support? It just happens. Maybe it's just you could have someone singing against, criticizing a government, and it doesn't. I mean, it could be that, okay, not to saying that the government might be perfect, but it could be just a case where that person just has a particular gripe about one of the particular things that maybe wasn't going right with the government. But then I guess the point is, you mean maybe if Gregory.
It's me again.
Mm-hmm.
No, what the point that the article was saying, when the Calypsonians in general, not just one person, but when the Calypsonians in general are singing, the drift for the Calypsonians is that they're singing against the government. The article said that government is on its way out. When the Calypsonians, not Calypsonian, but Calypsonians.
Okay, so if it's like if it's a theme, if it's like a trend,
right,
as opposed to one or two or three isolated
right,
people. Okay,
right,
all right, fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. Because after I started to push back, I thought about that. I said, well, yeah, maybe. Because you're gonna always have the ones, you're gonna always have the detractors.
Yeah, you always have the ones, yeah.
Yeah.
But when it become a general theme, a general things among the Calypsonians that they're all holding one head in singing against, well, not necessarily all, but a good amount of them holding one head in singing against whatever government, that's an indication, according to the article, that government is on its way out.
Okay, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
that's interesting. Okay, good. So I guess you could say, I mean, you could probably say that, I mean, okay, we have about, I had heard that there were about 60 people who registered this year. Okay, so I know Graham, Proud Sound tent has about, okay. I guess I'd have to go to the tent. I have to listen to the links. I have to listen to the event links that were sent. Just haven't had time. And try and get a sense of the trend line as far as the Calypsonians topics. You're gonna always have the Calypsonians who try not to rock the boat, and they sing about topics, non-political topics. But I'm gonna have to get a good sense of where that is. Okay, let's take a break. Calypso Voices continues.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
I want this and this. Oh, can I have?
Sure, we have an extra $600 from Flo. You can have everything you want.
Get it all with the gift of a free $600 MasterCard cash card. 2 free smartphones and free installation when you bundle Flow Mobile and Internet. That's the gift of free times 3. Get it all this Christmas at Flow. Bundle in store or online at discoverflow.co today.
Merry Christmas! From the time that you taste it, man, you know that is greatness. Some ice in your cup, tell your friends link up. You know that we like signal the bartender. No, we don't need chaser, but if you want, it could mix with anything. We drinking Stones ginger wine, the original ginger wine. We drinking like I say, Stones ginger wine. Greatness is forever.
Chip, we wanna get chip.
Give your little smartie the perfect smart start for their future with CHIP, the child investment plan from TDC Financial Services. Invest in your child's next step, and we know what's next is always changing.
Chip, we wanna get chip.
CHIP is a long-term plan with no minimum deposit, no monthly commitment, and you're guaranteed a special high interest rate per annum.
I want chip too.
Visit TDC Financial Services today and get CHIP, the child investment plan, providing the best head start for every child.
Chip, we wanna get chip.
Okay, we are back, Calypso Voices, and let me see. I've got Ice House up. Want you guys to hear a little bit of this. He hasn't updated. Why is? Oh, I did not update the folder. Okay, so yeah, so Calypso Voices. Give you a chance to hear some of the calypsos. You can talk about the calypsos and the topics. Gregory raised an interest. Gregory, if you can send me that article, or I don't know if it's a book or actually, Gregory, that would be very helpful. If you can, I can send you my Gregory. Let me give you my number: 764-1185, and then if you hit me on WhatsApp, I'll send you my email as well, and then I'll have your number as well. But I would love to if you could find that article for me, Gregory. That would be interesting. I feel like that would be something I would want to share with the listeners, and that's a great thing to have a discussion on. You could say the socio-cultural power of calypso. Carlo, go right ahead.
Sorry, Trevor.
Yeah.
It's a lot of years ago.
Oh, okay.
That article. A lot of years ago.
Oh, that's
So
long
really
time.
But I could still do a search. But what I'm going to say though, in my experience, I think I've seen it in St. Kitts. In the latter years of Pam, it was a trend for the government, for the Calypsonians to sing against Pam, and Pam was out. In the latter years of the Labour government, the Calypsonians were singing against Labour. You remember Focus on all those songs?
Yeah.
Labour was out. And I think this year might have been true with Unity as well. And now it seems as though it's a trend against this Labour government. And that is what it appears to me that I've seen that in St. Kitts. As the article was showing you how powerful and a major role Calypso have had in Caribbean society, where governments are also concerned.
Yeah, I hadn't realized how powerful. I mean, I didn't realize it was that. It really would be nice if you could find that, because that would be something I'd like to read.
Yeah, I'm going to try and see, but no point. But that was a lot of years ago. And okay, John.
But let me ask you a question though. Just to be devil's advocate, what about if you have a situation where people are cowed and afraid and feel that they don't want to receive recriminations and so on for singing against the government? So what if you have a situation where the calypsos, let's say the calypsos are artificially sanitized, so to speak. So a kind of even a case where you have some people basically, kissing ass. As far as the calypsos goes, because sometimes that happens, because some of them, you get the impression some of them actually think that, okay, maybe if I butter them up, I'll get to the finals, or I'll get scored right, or I'll get scored better, that kind of thing. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I don't know. But what I would say concerning that is that I don't think it would be wise for the government to do that in this age of internet and social media. I don't think any government will do that. Caribbean government especially will do that. I don't think that would be a wise move, because this is the age of social media.
Okay.
So, that's the best I can say concerning that question.
Okay.
Yeah, James.
All right, cool. Okay, so I'm trying to get Ice House up here, but in the meantime, let's take a look at the Queen, the Miss Independent. Great song, Look Inside the Home. I mean, this topic has been done to death. A friend of mine was telling me that this song is basically sort of like Don't Bother to Come Again. Don't Bother to Come all over again, but this is a Queen, Miss Independent, Look Inside the Home. So feel free to call at any time, but we give a listen to Miss Independent a little bit.
Son get buried before he's 17. You all fail my baby. Society. You mean the same little boy who used to thief your money, bullying children since it prime. Same little boy who can't do a thing wrong, or you dread them up for your one son. The same little boy was wearing sissy tree, but you laughed in his
Hey, that's the reigning monarch, Miss Independent. Look inside the home. I have Gwyneth Samuel here saying, her lyrics are usually good, but I find the melody sounds the same. So let me get your comments, your phone calls. That's Miss Independent. When we come out, we're going to hear from Ice House Up and others. Let's take a break. 11:35.
Different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
TDC Financial Services. We're here for you to help you make your dreams come true. Whether your needs are big or small, we'll support you with them all. TDC Financial Services. We are strong. TDC Financial Services. This is where you belong.
TDC Financial Services, where money is made easy.
When you need better service, Rams is always
Tis the season of Christmas. We feeling festive for so. So you get 2 free smartphones when you sign up for a family postpaid plan with Flow. Choose a family essential plan and get 30 gigabytes of data. The family plus plan and get 45 gigabytes of data. Or the family max plan and get a whopping 60 gigabytes of data. With any family plan, you get 2 Samsung smartphones free. Get it all this Christmas at Flow. Sign up in store or online today at discoverflow.co.
And we are back, and we have Isao Sap coming up next. So we have some, Gwyneth Samuel was saying, always lyrically strong. She amended her comment, lyrically strong, but melody usually sounds the same. Or is it her style? I would say, yeah, she has a particular style. You know, everyone has a style. And her melodic style is maybe a little more ornate than the typical Calypsonian, but I like it. It's it brings some sweetness. It brings some sweetness to the melody. Sometimes, I think sometimes some of the Calypsonians have these very utilitarian melodies, and you have people like Miss Independent bringing that a kind of progressiveness to melody. You know, taking the typical calypso melodies in places you don't usually hear around here anyway. I mean, you listen to the calypsos in Trinidad, you have a good mix of the traditional and that kind of progressive approach to calypso melodies. And Miss Independent is a good example of the progressive side of things, I would say. That's what I call it, you know. It's sort of what she does to what a lot of calypsonians and even soca artists do to push the art form forward, because I mean, obviously you can't expect calypso to remain traditional forever. At least some elements are gonna change to attract new listeners, right? So I think that's how I would characterize a melodic style. Some people are traditionalists and they don't really like that, but it's cool. And I like the traditionalists too. I mean, I like Chartless as much as I like any of the other, you could say, progressive people. Chartless is a very traditional calypsonian as far as his melodies and so on. He certainly gets the job done lyrically and even melodically, but it's very traditional and I love it. So here's Ice House Up. The song is called They Cuss. So call at any point. But let's take in the song a little bit. Let's see if Gregory's observation bears itself out in this one.
That's changing happening here. Things get rough and tough. It's like we wearing handcuffs. The thing that I see lately is not so ordinary. Throughout the length and breadth of this whole country, I hear people crying out bitterly. I studied a few Bible verses. And conflict with government is a cause. As soon as this government get in, then let's start with the load shedding. Now don't take it lightly. They have a curse on this country. Columbus lied about his discovery, but water was just discovered in Greenland. Now don't take it lightly. They have a curse on this country. I can understand how in such short time we are bombarded again with so much crime. I ask the good Lord to cover us, for this government have a curse on us. But if I'm wrong, I'm asking for forgiveness. And if I'm wrong, that case I would put to rest. My people are once again stressed. There is no peace, there is no happiness. Take a good look inside your purse and tell me if this government ain't cursed. I say they cuss, they have hands on us. They cuss, the worst than Judas. Getting rid of them is a must. If we are to save what is left of us, ashes to ashes and dust to dust. Ooh-wee, hotty hot. Mumbai, no lie. Adi-badi-badi-die. Mumbai, no lie. I would feel the pain and frustration echoing across this nation. That even when the star was balling fresh election, these people legacy is to keep fooling you and me, and to make sure that they keep us in poverty. But over the years we have made some real big strides, and our country begins to come alive. Out of the blues came some bumblebees, and cause our economy to freeze. As soon as this government get in, the IDF start bumbling. Now don't take it lightly. They have a curse on this country. The 2,400 homes they promised me is 2 years now and is only 2. I see, don't take it lightly. They have a curse on this country. They give themselves a massive increase, and we treasure with they have enough fees. I ask the good Lord to rescue us, but this government have a curse on us. But if I'm wrong, I'm asking for forgiveness. And if I'm wrong, that case I would put to rest. The smart hospital ain't started yet. The Russian use them, they don't forget. Take a look at who's advising us, and tell me if this government ain't cuss. I say they cuss, they have hands on us. They cuss, the worst than Judas. Getting rid of them is a must. If we are to save what is left of us, ashes to ashes and dust to dust. Ooh-wee, hotty hot.
So that's Ice Up, and he sings with the Proud Sound Tent. And of course, they're going to be doing a thing on Thursday night. Calypso Voices. I want to hear your voices on the Calypso, so feel free to call me. Okay, this one has 2 minutes left. May as well let it play out, and then we go to the break.
We have a government of illusions. Headless chickens, they have no direction. They don't care when the sun rises and when it goes down. They're living in luxury at the expense of this country. While we the poor people, we wallowing in poverty. They haven't bring one hotel or one factory, nothing to boost the economy. We need an anointed touch. Believe me, this government is a cost. From the time this government get in, bullshit get back in swing. Now don't take it lightly. They have a cause on this country. Imagine you soon can use your own cell phone to tell your relatives what is happening home. Don't take it lightly. They have a cause on this country. A few years back we was doing fine. Our citizens had a peace of mind. I ask God's anointing on us, but this government have a curse on us.
Okay, so we go to the phone lines. 1147, I sauce up. They cuss. Caller, go right ahead.
Morning, Johnson.
Hey, what's up?
I just happened to run across voices, and I'm listening. Words are powerful, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Words got some powerful meaning. It's a curse on the country. And just before I run into voices, I run into somebody on a video.
Mm-hmm.
They see something in the sky. They say UFO in St. Kitts. So.
Oh, yeah, my daughter. Well, actually, I was outside and I saw this thing, but I thought it was a plane. And it was very low. And then my daughter told me, she told me later that it was something for SpaceX that came down in the Indian Ocean, busted with the Indian Ocean. But that.
They say UFO, and I see people comment saying this is the same thing in St. Martin and St. Lucia.
And it was super low.
So strange things.
Yeah.
The songwriter says strange things are happening. So it seems like strange things are really happening. Words are powerful.
For real.
We denounce that curse that's over the country. We're not taking it. We send it back.
Mm-hmm.
Have a good day.
Okay, you too. Okay, so we're going to take clear yourself together. We're going to take a quick break and come back.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Chip, chip, chip. We wanna get chip, chip, chip.
Give your little smarty the perfect smart start for their future with CHIP, the child investment plan from TDC Financial Services. Invest in your child's next step, and we know what's next is always changing.
Chip, chip, chip. We wanna get chip, chip, chip.
CHIP is a long-term plan with no minimum deposit, no monthly commitment, and you're guaranteed a special high interest rate per annum.
I want chip. I want chip too.
Visit TDC Financial Services today and get CHIP, the child investment plan, providing the best head start for every child.
Chip, chip, chip. We wanna get chip, chip, chip.
I want this and this. Oh, can I have?
Sure, we have an extra $600 from Flow. You can have everything you want.
Get it all with the gift of a free $600 MasterCard cash card. 2 free smartphones and free installation when you bundle Flow Mobile and Internet. That's the gift of free times 3. Get it all this Christmas at Flow. Bundle in store or online at discoverflow.co today.
Merry Christmas! From the time that you taste it, man, you know that it's greatness. Some ice in your cup, tell your friends link up. You know that we liming. Signal the bartender. No, we don't need chaser. But if you want, it could mix with anything. We drinking Stones ginger wine, the original ginger wine. We drinking like I say, Stones ginger wine. Greatness is forever.
Well, we go back. We're back in the final stretch before the headline news. Voices, Calypso Voices, and you know we had I saw up talking about the country being cursed and so on. Well, we have another Calypsonian. His name is Honesty. He has a calypso called Obstacles, where me and him were talking a few weeks ago. When he released his song, he was talking about those situations where I'm sure I grew up hearing about the stories, about the obvious stories, right? About Calypsonians dabbling in obeah to sabotage their competitors and even to secure their crown and stuff like that. And so he was this song he said is basically about that, and except except in the last verse, he said he basically turned the theme of obstacles towards the government. So the initial verses are about all the things that happen, all the you could say the hocus pocus that sometimes happens in calypso circles, where people accuse people of working obia. People feel like in this song, honestly, it's talking about how he would bust, right? Bust, for those listening who don't know, not familiar with the Caribbean / calypso terms, bust means where you basically forget your lyrics and you get thrown off because you can't remember what to sing. So, and he's talking about having these unusual buses or unusual busts where he forgets his lyrics, and then he thinks back to it. And I wonder if it was this interaction I had with this particular calypsonian where he shook my hand, or he may have done this, or he may have done that. So let's check out Honesty, Obstacles.
OBSTACLES. Obstacles. We all know what are obstacles. Hindrances. People blocking you. This is my story and my observation. I'm singing it loud and clear. I want the whole world to hear. Every day I cuss and fuss because I can't believe that final night I bust in me chorus, in me chorus, in me chorus, in me chorus, in me chorus. I bust. Was it the shake and I got upon entering the stage, or because I said I'm going on a Kaiso rampage, Kaiso rampage, Kaiso rampage. I wonder what will happen next, because up to now I still vex. Them things were more than me. They had me real busy, they are talking about obstacles. I see them standing in my way, and every day I pray for a brighter day. He got some that you could see, some you cannot see, but them that you cannot see are the most deadly. I'm talking about obstacles. Some came from Haiti and Suriname with endless power to destroy any man. They could mess with your memory, make you drive car or big bus. After the matter Socrates, they don't drive big bus already. Oh, you think people nice now? Not trust people. We know obstacles can destroy and take away all your joy, but those same stumbling blocks will definitely be my strong steps for future development, 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 development. Oh yeah, fear is never on my mind. I'm a true man of faith, determined to conquer anything blocking my gate, blocking my gate, blocking my gate, blocking my gate. We know in every obstacle is an opportunity, so never mind the barrier. Nothing stop my singing career. Please go away, obstacles. Every day you fighting me down. It's like you cannot wait for me to hit rock bottom. No matter how hard I try, I can't get piece of the pie. These things hurt, but me not tell no lie. I'm talking about obstacles. Lord have mercy with all them hurdles. Strategically placed for me to fall on my face. When the odds are against you, only praying you can do. Obstacles know my name and address, but I'm fighting to do me best. I'm gonna put a spin on the whole thing now. Tell her how obstacles go. Just listen. Some might get vexed and angry, but I'm singing on what I see. Elders occupying space. That's why young people can't excel in government office, government office, government office, government office, government office. With PS and directors, why all them big fair advisors? One of them salary can employ up to 6 young people, 6 young people, 6 young people, 6 young people. Some of them almost empty, don't get gratuity, pension, social security. Now a big salary, man, you more than obstacle.
So that's Honesty, wrapping up the song and turning the theme of obstacles on, I guess, the powers that be. Not only the Calypsonians, but the powers that be, apparently. So that's going to do it for the first half of Voices. I'm going to return with Calypso Voices right after the headline news. Stay tuned. It's 12 o'clock.
You found the sound. 98.9. Win FM.
We now bring you the headline news. The headline news is brought to you by Caribbean Alliance, The Grange, National Bank, and Cariboury.
Did you know that the Grange Healthcare Facility is the first purpose-built, non-governmental healthcare organization on St. Kitts? It's situated at Otley's, 7 miles east of Basseterre in beautifully landscaped surroundings. The Grange has a team of highly trained professionals and provides care that's rated as being comparable with UK and North American standards. The Grange offers varied accommodations to suit your individual needs, and our all-inclusive packages make the cost of care per hour the most competitive on the island. Services include convalescent care for all ages, daycare facilities for older adults, rehabilitation services, and training and continuing education for healthcare providers. For more information, call 466-5525 or 465-8020. Fax 466-8221 or email thegrangehealth@gmail.com or visit our website at www.grangehealthcarefacility.com.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
When it comes to the important things in life, your health, your education, your choice of a life partner, and and of course your insurance provider. Only the best will do. Caribbean Alliance Insurance is the only insurance company in the Eastern Caribbean with an A excellent rating. We have a robust 3-tier reinsurance strategy that protects our policyholders from multiple catastrophes, even if they occur in quick succession. We spread our risks over 18 territories, ensuring minimal impact to individual territories when a disaster strikes. We provide an excellent claims experience. Claim settlement is usually between 24 to 48 hours. Our A excellent rating means that you are more secure with us. Contact us for motor, property, marine, public liability, employer's liability, and other policies. Dalil Walwyn, people you can trust. Local agent for Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Tomorrow secured.
Why wait for Santa when there's National? This Christmas, St. Kitts Nevis and Gwilym National Bank has just the right loan solution for you. Get up to $100,000 unsecured for all your holiday shopping needs. New furniture or carnival expenses with low interest rates, quick approval, and flexible terms. And that's not all. You can drive into the holidays with National. Whether you're buying a new or pre-owned vehicle, National has a loan for you. Get up to $160,000 with low rates, special discounts, and little to no input. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year with National Bank. Apply online at www.sknanb.com. Terms and conditions apply.
With the WinFM Midday News, I am Kevon Brown.
And I am Yulana Weeks.
Our top stories. St. Kitts Climate Action Minister continues climate justice and financing advocacy at COP29.
More than $130 million, or over $47 million, has been estimated for the Vance W. Emery International Airport project. Dr. Nathalie Osborne emphasizes the importance of regular cleaning and maintenance to control mold growth in homes and workspaces.
St. Lucia's government to take a tougher stance on crime following daring daylight city shooting. Grenada's Prime Minister to seek cabinet approval for financial aid in the aftermath of severe flooding and landslides in the country. Internationally, U.S. President Joe Biden agrees to give Ukraine anti-personnel mines. Now the details. On November 19, 2024, the Honourable Dr. Joel Clark, Minister of Sustainable Development, Environment, Climate Action and Constituency Empowerment for St. Kitts and Nevis, delivered an impassioned address at the COP29 conference in Baku, Azerbaijan, emphasizing the critical and disproportionate impacts of climate change on small island developing states, SIDS. These nations, including St. Kitts and Nevis, face immense challenges compounded by a system of climate finance that leaves them at a severe disadvantage. Clark's remarks came from pressing global discussions on climate justice and the urgent need for enhanced financial support addressing climate adaptation. Dr. Clark underscored the tangible realities of climate change for islanders, stating that the Caribbean and Latin America experience nearly 40,000 climate-related deaths and economic losses, amounting to $1.3 trillion over the past decade. With poignant imagery, she described the crisis faced by local communities, saying,
"The receding wave claims our land. The fisher's net has no haul. The farmer's hoe breaks no ground. The pouring rain knows no end."
This vivid portrayal illustrates the ongoing degradation of livelihoods that many islanders confront daily. Notably, Clark called attention to the stark iniquities in climate financing, pointing out that SIDS receive a mere 0.2% of global climate adaptation finance in the previous year. She questioned the global leaders in attendance, asking,
"Where is the solidarity? Where is the justice?"
Minister Clark asserted that Baku should symbolize relief and actionable results for small island nations. Highlighting the urgency of the situation, she emphasized that the people of St. Kitts and Nevis stand united with CARICOM and the Alliance of Small Island States, AOSIS, in demanding significant reforms in climate finance. These include establishing minimum allocation floors for funds and ensuring a shift toward high-quality and sustainable blended finance with considerable concessionality. In line with these financial reforms, Dr. Clark called for operationalizing a fully functional loss and damage fund to support nations most affected by climate change. She also advocated for a new collective quantified goal that addresses the disparities in climate finance allocations between the wealthier G7 nations and developing countries in the G77. Furthermore, she highlighted the need for adequate resourcing of the unique Climate Change Fund, which is crucial for fulfilling national determined contributions, NDCs, to meet the 1.5 degree temperature goal. This commitment is essential for the survival of SIDS.
St. Kitts and Nevis is actively pursuing its sustainable island state agenda through robust partnerships and targeted action in decarbonizing energy generation, constructing sustainable homes, and climate-proofing our utilities infrastructure.
Minister Clark stressed the necessity of collaboration among island nations in their sustainability journeys and pointed out the advantages of learning from other island nations that excel in resilience and sustainability. Dr. Clark's address emphasized the importance of inclusion in climate action, calling on all nations to tap into the Republic of China-Taiwan's knowledge and capacities as integral partners in sustainability efforts.
We must align our actions and ambitions so that substance and survival for all, not some, supersedes exclusionary processes.
The minister underlined the moral imperative driving their climate ambitions, asserting that current and future generations must be equipped to confront the challenges of climate change.
Children should not be inheritors of a ruined planet, but co-creators and co-managers of the future they deserve. St. Kitts and Nevis, CARICOM Youth Ambassador, 2024.
As COP29 progresses, the expectations for commitments concerning SIDS are vast and urgent. Many anticipate a significant shift towards more equitable climate finance that better supports the unique needs of island nations. There is a strong call for concrete agreements establishing minimum funds for adaptation, a comprehensive operational framework for the Loss and Damage Fund, and enhanced transparency in climate finance flows to ensure that SIDS are not left behind in the global response to climate change. In her closing remarks, Dr. Clark urged the international community to view COP29 as a platform for genuine co-creation in the fight for climate justice, echoing a sentiment of shared responsibility and collective action.
Let us be seized by a desire for better, not seduced by incrementalism.
As the conference unfolds, the appeal from leaders like Dr. Clark resonates strongly, underscoring the stakes for SIDS and the urgent need for global empathy, solidarity, and action in addressing climate change.
The financing of the Vance W. Amory International Airport project in Nevis was one of the significant points of discussion at a public consultation held in Gingerland, Nevis on November 14, 2024. More than $47 million has been estimated for the project, including land acquisition. As presented on screen at the public consultation by an expert on the project, Mr. Dan Casal, the construction of the expanded runway operation and hangar facility has an estimated cost of $24,540,475. It includes general site cleaning, demolitions and disposals, excavation, embankment, profiling and leveling, hydraulic concrete, asphalt, construction for power, communications, etc., an airfield lighting system, and a hangar. The embankment process is the highest contributor to the cost, estimated at $7,200,000. The hangar facility has an estimated cost of $2,550,000. The estimated cost of other airport facilities, such as the fire station, fuel farm, main road realignment, passenger terminal expansion, and cargo facility, is $12,200,000. With the soft costs estimated at $720,800, the total construction and soft costs phase is $37,461,275. Meanwhile, to allow for the airport's expansion, the Nevis Island administration negotiated with owners that have properties close to the airport to settle land purchase agreements. The estimated cost for land acquisition is US $10,963,337. Member of the opposition and leader of the Nevis Reformation Party, Dr. Janice Daniel Hodge, questioned the cost estimates and sought to ascertain how the project will be funded. Mr. Alexis Jeffers, special advisor to the Premier of Nevis on investment, responded. He said the process surrounding the airport is being carried out in stages, adding that the financial aspect, which includes payment to property owners, will come in the next phase to be communicated to the public.
Finalizing the details on that, yeah? And that will be made public. It is something that is not going to be a secret when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
The Ministry of Finance has that responsibility. It would be unwise of us to say that it will be financed by Bank of Nevis when in truth and in fact nothing is there to divulge at this time. It would be, no, but you would know, Ms. Hodge, that these things are steps and stages. All that we're doing here are steps and stages in the project. We are presenting the AIA as is required by law. The details regarding the finances will be available at the next step when we get there. But you cannot be divulging things before you get to that point in time. A concept has been presented on various projects in Nevis and never get to the next stage. But we are saying we are not that. We have this particular stage where at the next stage now we'll be able to divulge the financing side of it and also the payments to the various property owners who will be impacted. They are already aware because we have had offers made and acceptance made from those landowners and property owners. So the next stage now is to pay those property owners. So we have already engaged them in writing and also received an agreement back from, an acceptance back from them. So that's where we are. So steps and stages, we're getting there, and as we go along, we'll divulge accordingly.
The operating cost and projected returns on investment for year one were also declared at the public consultation. In his presentation, Mr. Casal revealed that the total operations and maintenance cost for year one is estimated at US $4,385,000. This includes airport management salaries, employee salaries, operations management, boards and professional services, subcontractors, and other costs such as airfield sweeping, parking, and road maintenance. Additionally, commercial revenue sources including concessions, cargo services, parking, and ground transportation are estimated to provide revenue of up to US $303,000. Commercial aeronautical revenue is estimated at US $4,032,339.80, and general aviation revenue is estimated at US $1,504,960. Mr. Casal informed the public that the revenue projections for the airport put it in a capable position for the authorities to repay the loan.
So the sum of this revenue for the airport tells us that this airport is capable of repaying the loan depending on the agreement of that loan and the length of that loan. But there were a superávit of around $2 million in the first year. And the first year, the second year is supposed to grow 30% more according to international figures, the third year 15%, until the fifth year, in which we'll just adapt to the regional numbers of development.
The Premier of Nevis, Mark Brantley, announced to the public that he reached out to the Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Dr. Terence True, to assist with funding for the Vance W. Amory International Airport expansion project. No confirmation had been given about the amount. It was also noticed that Israeli billionaire Patrick Drahi would be investing in the project. Meanwhile, Jeffers regards the airport's expansion not just as a development of a first-class air facility, but as an investment with significant benefits.
Now, this development is an investment in, of course, the infrastructure itself at Vance Amory International Airport, but it's more than that. It's an investment in the island of Nevis, an investment in our tourism product, an investment in job opportunities, and of course, there are a slew of investments that will spring or would be born out of this particular development. So that being said, we believe that this particular project is one that is needed by the island of Nevis, and indeed, we are committed as an administration, that is the CCM-led Nevis Island administration, to bring this project to fruition so that all of the benefits can be derived.
The issue of mold infestation has become a public discussion in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, as there are growing concerns about mold's impacts on human health. There are more than 300,000 types of molds, some more common than others. Molds produce spores which spread by floating around in the air. There is no way to prevent spores completely. Molds flourish if spores land somewhere with ideal conditions for growth. Dr. Nathalie Osborne honed in on the matter during the Tuesday, November 19 edition of Weekly Dose on WinFM's Island Tea. She advised that molds are an important part of the ecosystem as they help break down plant and animal matter. However, she also disclosed that molds start as something small and then expand, causing a major problem if they are not addressed. Persons with a sensitivity or allergy to mold-related particles will likely possess specific symptoms.
Mold in your home won't necessarily cause any symptoms a lot of times, or it won't necessarily make you sick. But it does have the potential of causing severe health issues if you're allergic to these molds or you're exposed to it in large quantity over a long period of time. Remember, I first said that mold is all around us, so the spores are all around us. We inhale it, but in smaller quantities, our body can get rid of it and it does not become a problem. But some of the common symptoms, you can have irritation of the eyes, okay? And runny nose and nasal congestion. Sore throat, skin rashes as a result of it. Chronic exposure to mold can give you chronic headaches. Some persons have given stories of being in a house with mold for years and couldn't understand some of the symptoms of chronic migraines and headaches, brain fog, that you're not remembering some of the common things and you realize that you're losing your chain of thought. You can have this chronic fatigue as well too. Depression, and typically it usually worsens some of your already existing symptoms, okay? Lung irritation, sneezing, coughing, postnasal dripping, chronic sinusitis. So these are persons who come to the doctor, they treat them with for a sinus infection, and then they keep having these repeated infections, okay? And if persons who already are asthmatic or have any chronic lung pathology, it can worsen them. Like asthma, you can have wheezing, you can have worsening of your shortness of breath, tightness of the chest, and worsening of these dry cough symptoms.
The doctor emphasized the cleaning and proper maintenance to ensure that any growth of mold spores is controlled.
So the first step in treating mold is to get rid of it. Everybody talks about mold, but we've got to clean our house. If you see an area that is moistened or damp, you got to get it treated. If you need to remove certain sidings or board material that you know that is infected by that mold, you want to get rid of that. And so you want to clean out these molds. If you see a mold growing in a particular area, dry that area out, scrub that mold down. You can do a lot of these stuff on your own at home, wearing these non-porous gloves, use an N95 mask, so you're trying to make sure you do not take. And you can use some bleach water. They say that. A cup of bleach in like a gallon of water, and you scrub that mold down if it's a small area. You may want to get an expert in if it is a much bigger area, a large building, of course, you're not going to be able to do that on your own. But simply soap and water and bleach can get rid of most of these mold particles that we have around, so you know that. Okay, you want to also open your windows before you start dealing with these molds, so make sure that you have good ventilation.
There is a growing use of air conditioning units in the Federation, especially in indoor work environments. Air conditioning units are considered to be one of the main culprits of mold growth indoors. Dr. Osborne advised individuals to clean their air conditioning units regularly to control any mold exposure.
AC units
yeah.
as well too. You want to make sure get them cleaned regularly with professionals. They come in doing the services that you have, because those vents and stuff can have mold lodged
the
there.
dust and the
Remember,
moisture.
there's moisture in those areas, and inside the AC units, you've got to get those clean because they're going to be. Where we falter a lot is the maintenance. We've got to keep constantly maintaining these governmental properties and our own homes as well. Doing your regular or biannual quarterly cleaning. So you do a deep cleaning where you use 2 days or so over the weekend, and you scrub down things and ensure that these vents are clean and there's no crawl space or dark spots where these mold can. And they love wood and those kind of material, okay? So those places where you have a lot of dry wall, you're going to find them in that type of material.
Mold diagnoses can be confirmed from the results of a skin prick test, blood samples, or a nasal swab.
In regional news, St. Lucia's government to take a tougher stance on crime following daring daylight city shooting, DBS St. Lucia reports.
Monday's shooting, which resulted in the death of Jaim Papius of Babano, sent chills throughout the country, as the shooting occurred in broad daylight along Labrie Street near the Derek Walcott Square. Another man was shot and transported to the hospital, where he remains in critical condition. This incident has left several in fear and panic, and renewed calls for a constant police presence within the capital. The Royal St. Lucia Police Force says its personnel were immediately deployed to the scene, controlling the influx of bystanders to preserve the integrity of the crime scene evidence and to render aid to the victims. Other lines of inquiry were pursued, and tools at the force's disposal, such as the CCTV cameras, were utilized to identify the perpetrators.
The RSLPF can affirm that there are leads which have been pursued through the course of yesterday afternoon into today, that we hope will soon bring investigators closer to making arrests in this matter. We will spare no effort or resource to ensure that the perpetrators are expeditiously brought to justice. Such lawlessness cannot and will not be tolerated. The enablers who harbor those criminal elements are, in our view, worse than those who pull the trigger. Because of you, crime persists.
ACP Luke de Freitas is asking the public to contact the police with any information about the criminals, those who harbor them, and those who facilitate their crimes. The opposition United Workers' Party has heavily criticized the government for its handling of the crime situation. The opposition says citizen safety is not about politics.
And yesterday's incident in Derek Walcott Square is too harsh of a reminder to all of us that all is not well in this country. You heard the story, it's not for me to say, of a man taking his son to get registered, and how easily the stray bullets could have either hit him or his son. St. Lucia, we must have a value on life.
In the last 3 years, about 300 St. Lucians were murdered in St. Lucia. And to date, we have a government who is clueless as to what to do. They say nothing, they do nothing, they simply preside over the worst crime wave that we have had in the history of St. Lucia, where on 2 occasions we have equaled the record of 75 homicides in 1 year. And this year, unfortunately, we seem well on course to surpass that record.
Shortly after the incident unfolded, Acting Prime Minister Dr. Ernest Hilaire released a statement declaring government's determination to bring the scourge under control. Dr. Hilaire encouraged members of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force to be relentless in their pursuit of the criminals, adding that they have the support of the government.
It is a time for us as a government to again assert our intention to strengthen the laws against persons who engage in such activities. We have strengthened the laws, we have increased penalties, but it seems we need to go even further and increase the penalties even more. For those who do commit such acts will face the most severe consequences for their actions. And of course, we have to make sure that the people of St. Lucia feel safe and to know that the government is doing all that it can to make sure that those incidents do not happen again.
Cell phone footage captured the unknown perpetrators on a motorcycle. Several eyewitnesses also spoke of seeing a motorcycle speeding through the city streets. For the DBS News World, Miriam Montoot reporting.
Grenada's Prime Minister to seek cabinet approval for financial aid in the aftermath of severe flooding and landslides in the country. Grenada Broadcasting Network has the details.
Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell will seek cabinet approval to provide financial assistance to farmers, businesses and households impacted by recent landslides and flooding. During a press briefing on Tuesday, the Minister for Infrastructure reiterated the government's commitment to helping affected communities recover from the extensive damage caused by the heavy rains over the past few days.
So, through the Ministry of Economic Development and Finance, as well as Social Housing and Community Development, we will be seeking Cabinet's approval to provide further financial assistance, for example, to our farmers who've been severely impacted by the flooding, to households that have been significantly impacted by the flooding, and to businesses who've also been significantly impacted by the flooding. At this stage, we are not in a position to give precise details of this because we are still assessing the extent and the level of the damage and the potential continued.
The Prime Minister highlighted Grenada's growing vulnerability to extreme weather events, attributing the challenges to changing climate patterns over the past 11 months. He emphasized the significant impact of climate change on the island's landscape.
But I want to emphasize that the island is very vulnerable. We've lost significant vegetative cover as a result of the drought and the hurricane in the mountains, in the hillside. And oftentimes, in the low-lying area, you may not be experiencing rainfall. And within half an hour, there's flooding because there is a deluge of rain in the mountain or the hillside. So we have to be vigilant. We have to take the warnings from the Meteorological Office or from NADMA seriously, and we need to act accordingly to make sure that we can safeguard lives and livelihoods.
Over 50 landslides have been recorded in the past 10 days, with numbers expecting to rise as assessments continue. The Prime Minister urged residents in affected areas to remain patient as teams work to clear debris and restore normalcy as quickly as possible.
I want to take the opportunity to thank all of our volunteers, all of the cleanup crews, all of the citizens who have been reporting the slides or sending videos of them. We welcome them, we appreciate them, but we also ask for your patience and for your understanding. We will get to all of you. This is a national effort. In some cases, the more remote you are, the longer obviously it will take. The smaller or narrower the road, the more we will have to find the appropriate equipment to get there or to get to you. So we please ask for your guidance. We ask for you to report the slides, to report anything that looks dangerous, and we will certainly do our best to try and get there as quickly as possible, but we will not be able to respond to all of the slides, all of the flooding, all of the challenges immediately. So we ask you to bear this in mind.
Rena P. Thomas, GBN News.
We now bring you these international reports.
The BBC has confirmed reports that the Biden administration will soon provide Ukraine with anti-personnel landmines. The explosive devices, which are banned by most countries, will be used to help prevent Russian advances within Ukrainian territory. Officials said Kyiv had committed to not use them in built-up areas. Anti-personnel landmines are electrically fused and require battery power to detonate. They're designed to go off when a person comes in close proximity. They will not detonate when the battery runs out. These are banned in many countries under the 1997 Ottawa Treaty, which prohibits their use, stockpiling, production and transfer. 164 countries are signatories to the treaty. Ukraine is one of them, raising questions over the potential use of this weapon. The US, along with China, India and Russia, has not signed the treaty. In 2014, Barack Obama expressed an intention to sign up, banning the production of anti-personnel landmines. Donald Trump reversed that in 2020. But Joe Biden restored Obama's stance until this major policy shift. Ukraine says it's struck an ammunition warehouse about 100 kilometres inside Russia in what the US says was the first time the American-provided Attacker missiles have been fired at Russian soil. And the US Embassy in Ukraine has closed its embassy in Kyiv after receiving information of a potential air attack. In a statement, the embassy said it had instructed all of its staff to evacuate to shelters if an air alert sounded. Our diplomatic correspondent Paul Adams is in Dnipro with more.
The situation up and down that eastern front is one in which Russian forces are gradually moving forward, yard by yard, mile by mile. And there is a very keen desire in Washington to try and limit that advance as much as possible. That area of eastern Ukraine is largely made up of agricultural land, small towns, the occasional city. A lot of this fighting is taking place out in the open. It's not taking place in heavily populated areas. And the kind of landmines that are being provided by the Americans under this new move are what are described as non-persistent. They can be essentially timed to stop working after a matter of hours or up to 2 weeks. And it's all about trying to confront the Russian tactic, which up and down the front involves the Russians sending forward tiny little teams, 4 or 5 men at a time, sometimes on foot, sometimes even on bicycles. They're essentially suicide missions because they go in, they try and get in behind the Ukrainian lines, they preoccupy the Ukrainian defenses and artillery, and they allow the larger force to gradually move forward. That is what the Ukrainians are trying to confront. It's very difficult. It sounds kind of simple, but it's actually quite difficult to try and control that situation. And these landmines will allow them to try and do that. So I think that is the logic. It'll be up to the lawyers to try and convince everyone that this is in line with modern conventions. Yes, we all get very squeamish about the use of landmines, but since, for a very long time, they have been a grim but rather essential part of this kind of warfare.
And of course, it comes just after the US has also changed its approach towards the use of long-range missiles. I just wonder how much the Ukrainian forces are being bolstered over the last couple of days with the Attacker missiles and now being allowed to use these anti-personnel mines, being given these anti-personnel mines.
Well, it's certainly about bolstering the Ukrainian forces. It's about trying to put Ukraine in the strongest possible position for when Donald Trump takes over in January and possibly tries to persuade the two warring parties to get to the negotiating table. As far as the attackers are concerned, there's a big debate raging about exactly how important a step that is. Yes, it's an incredibly potent weapon. Ukraine doesn't have a huge number of them. At the moment, it is thought, though nothing has been confirmed, it is thought that their use is being confined to supporting their troops currently occupying that little piece of Russian territory in the Kursk region. And again, that's about having some kind of bargaining chip when it comes to negotiations. But it's all about how effectively Ukraine uses them. We've seen them already being used to hit a large ammunition dump inside Russia yesterday. Pretty devastating looking explosions at that ammunition facility. But Ukraine has to choose its targets very, very carefully because it simply doesn't have a great number of these missiles. And so any suggestion that this is in and of itself a game changer, that's for the birds. It certainly helps to give them, to perhaps redress the balance of force somewhat in this rather one-sided war.
The US could impose nearly 40% tariffs on imports from China early next year. That's according to a Reuters poll of economists taken over the last week. They believe such a move could hit growth in the world's second biggest economy by up to 1 percentage point. President-elect Donald Trump pledged during campaigning to place big tariffs on Chinese imports in his America First trade measures. His words caused unease in Beijing and raised growth risks for China. The threatened tariff rates are much higher than the 7.5% to 25% levied on China during his first term. Now the Chinese economy is also in a much more vulnerable position. That's due to a prolonged property downturn, debt risks and weak domestic demand. The poll also predicted the president-elect would resist starting off with blanket 60% tariffs on Chinese goods. They believe a move that high could accelerate inflation within the US. Chinese policymakers have ramped up stimulus to spur growth since late September. They face more pressure next year to drive domestic demand to offset an expected drop in exports. But a strong majority of economists believe more stimulus is needed. Chinese authorities hope the measures will help the economy reach a government growth target of around 5% this year. Analysts believe Beijing is likely to reveal fresh stimulus measures in the coming weeks.
China has accused pro-democracy media tycoon Jimmy Lai of being an agent and lackey for anti-China forces as his trial resumes in Hong Kong. Mr. Lai has testified in court for the first time in his years-long battle. He's denied charges of conspiracy to collude with foreign forces and publishing seditious materials. The 76-year-old, whose Apple Daily tabloid had been openly critical of Beijing, was marched out of his newsroom in a police raid back in August 2020, 2 months after the national security law took effect. The resumption of Mr. Lai's trial is a day after 45 pro-democracy activists were jailed in Hong Kong under the national security law. Well, our correspondent Martin Yip is following the trial in Hong Kong.
Jimmy Lai, since this morning, has been discussing many about his political views, but he also said that he denied allegations like he and his Apple Daily and Next magazine publications have been supporting the idea of Hong Kong independence and Taiwan independence, and he even said that he thought this Hong Kong independence suggestion was a conspiracy, although obviously to the prosecutors and people from the pro-Beijing camp, they just don't believe that is the case. He also discussed how he knew various international dignitaries, how his network was built, including how he introduced some retired U.S. generals to the then Taiwanese president Tsai Ing-wen. He also discussed a meeting between him and the then U.S. Vice President Mike Pence, as well as a meeting with the then Secretary of State Mike Pompeo in July 2019. That's during the height of the anti-government protests in Hong Kong. He said that he did ask Vice President Pence to voice out support for Hong Kong, but he denied that he has ever asked anyone to do anything anti-China, which is, of course, not something the prosecutors believed in.
You were listening to the Midday News on WinFM 98.9. The headlines: St. Kitts Climate Action Minister continues climate justice and financing advocacy at COP29.
More than $130 million, or over US $47 million, has been estimated for the Vance W. Emery International Airport project. Dr. Nathalie Osborne emphasizes the importance of regular cleaning and maintenance to control mold growth in homes and workspaces.
St. Lucia's government to take a tougher stance on crime following daring daylight city shooting. Grenada's prime minister to seek cabinet approval for financial aid in the aftermath of severe flooding and landslides in the country. Internationally, U.S. President Joe Biden agrees to give Ukraine anti-personnel mines. Thank you for listening.
That was the WinFM Headline News. The Headline News is brought to you by Caribbean Alliance, The Grange, National Bank, and Carib Brewery.
Now loans, cash at the speed of life, so fast you won't believe it. Now loans, cash at the speed of life, right now, right now. If you need cash in a flash with now, no need to fuss, leave it to us. When you need cash in a flash, no need to fuss, leave it to us. Hear me now. Now loans, cash at the speed of life, so fast you won't believe it. Now loans, cash at the speed of life, right now, right now. Approved in a day, yeah, yeah. Some money on the way, yeah, yeah. Approved in a day, oh, yeah, you know it's coming. Well,
When life throws surprises your way, Now's here to help. Whether it's for an urgent bill payment, home improvements, or unexpected health expenses, or even that last-minute holiday trip, with Now, you get cash in a flash, approved in just 24 hours.
Approved in a day, yeah, yeah. Some money on the way, yeah, yeah. Approved in a day, oh, yeah, you know it's coming. Now, loans, cash at the speed of light, so fast you won't believe it. Now, loans, cash at the speed of light, right now, right now.
A loan product powered by National Bank.
When it comes to the important things in life, your health, your education, your choice of a life partner, and of course your insurance provider, only the best will do. Caribbean Alliance Insurance is the only insurance company in the Eastern Caribbean with an A excellent rating. We have a robust 3-tier reinsurance strategy that protects our policyholders from multiple catastrophes, even if they occur in quick succession. We spread our risks over 18 territories, ensuring minimal impact to individual territories when a disaster strikes. We provide an excellent claims experience. Claim settlement is usually between 24 to 48 hours. Our A excellent rating means that you are more secure with us. Contact us for motor, property, marine, public liability, employer's liability, and other policies. Delisle Walwyn, people you can trust. Local agent for Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Tomorrow secured.
With over a century of perfection behind the Mackeson name, a smooth blend with perfect balance and richness, it's no wonder Mackeson Triple Stout has a legacy of perfection. Enjoyed the world over. Introducing our new look with the same great taste. Mackeson. All hail the king. Please drink responsibly.
Did you know that the Grange Healthcare Facility is the first purpose-built, non-governmental healthcare organization on St. Kitts? It's situated at Otley's, 7 miles east of Basseterre in beautifully landscaped surroundings. The Grange has a team of highly trained professionals and provides care that's rated as being comparable with UK and North American standards. The Grange offers varied accommodations to suit your individual needs, and our all-inclusive packages make the cost of care per hour the most competitive on the island. Services include convalescent care for all ages, daycare facilities for older adults, rehabilitation services, and training and continuing education for healthcare providers. For more information, call 466-5525 or 465-8020. Fax 466-8221 or email thegrangehealth@gmail.com or visit our website at www.grangehealthcarefacility.com.
Found the South 98.9 FM.
Calypso fans! As a result of the overwhelming support for the Grandmaster's Proud Sound Calypso tent, MC Short Pants has requested that round 3 of the Calypso tent be dedicated to the Calypso pundits and well-wishers for the giveaway price of just $10. Tickets available right now at the BCA on Central Street and Liquor Boat in Old Road. Patrons without ticket will pay $30 at the gate. So pick up your tickets now. And remember, this Calypso tent may be the very last one before eliminations, which begins on Friday 29th. So, this coming Thursday 21st from 7 p.m., check out the Spratnet for Calypso. Queen Independent singing Jackie and Kibi, King Astro, Isosa, Big Lois, Watch Your Back, Fantastic Thunder, and more. This coming Thursday, Proud Sound Kaiso at the Spratnet.
It's soon time for the rhythm of the islands to take over. The Digicel Soca Monarch heats up on Friday 22nd and Saturday 23rd November at 8 p.m. as Champions Bar becomes the battleground for the Groovy and Power Soca elimination. 8 Groovy contenders will make the way to the final, while 7 Power Soca warriors will face off against the reigning king, Raz Kelly. Then Saturday, December 14th, it's all or nothing at the Power and Groovy Soca Monarch Finals, live at Carnival Village. Save the dates to experience the heat, the energy, the sweat when the Soca Madness will leave us soaking wet. There is only one place to be, Sugar Mass 53.
Palms Court Gardens is thrilled to welcome you back to a refreshed and even more refined experience. Open daily for lunch and from Thursday to Sunday for dinner. Enjoy our Caribbean and Mediterranean-inspired cuisine and savor the finest flavors at The View at Palms Court Gardens. Planning a special event? Palms Court Gardens offers an elegant, newly renovated setting that will turn your celebration or corporate event into an unforgettable experience. Rediscover everyday luxury at Palms Court Gardens. For reservations, contact us at 465-6060. That's 465-6060. Come and embrace life at the top.
Better music, better talk, better radio.
I'm listening, honey. I am listening.
98.9 Win FM.
It's 12:49, and I'm back for the second half of Voices, brought to you by Hosford. Calypso Voices, we're calling it today. So I'm going to play some more calypsos, and hopefully you'll weigh in on the calypsos and more. And of course, you know, whatever news items might be resonating with you at this moment, feel free to call and we can rap about those too. All right, numbers are 466-0989 and 662-0989. So let's go to the commercial break and hear from Hosford's.
Ready to bring fresh color and style into your home? It's the Color and Style Savings Event at Hosford Building and Nevis Centers. Right now, get 25% off all paints and tiles store-wide. Transform any room with vibrant paints or refresh your floors with stunning tiles. And with 25% off, there's no better time to give your space that beautiful upgrade. So head to Hosford's Building and Nevis Centers and make your dream look a reality with 25% off all paints and tiles for a limited time only. Hurry in and paint, tile, and save today at Hosford's. Terms and conditions apply.
Here are your Hosford's Value Mart IGA specials for October 31st through November 13th. Now, our Value Club Blue Tag specials. IGA or Essential Everyday Microwave Popcorn, just $7.99. Multi-meal cereals, just $17.99. Essential Everyday Dry Roasted Peanuts, $12.99. Essential Everyday Cranberry Juice Cocktails, just $8.99 each. Essential Everyday Shredded and Chunk Cheese, $7.99. Blue Bunny Ice Cream, just $22.99. And now, our very low weekly value deals. IGA or Essential Everyday Salad Dressings, $10.99 each. Duncan Hines Cake Mixes, $6.99. IGA or Essential Everyday Mac and Cheese, $2.99. Mealless Pasta is just $5.99. Ensure, $8.99. Colgate toothpaste, $7.99. Shop smart, shop Value Mart. Sea listo y haga sus compras aquí en Value Mart.
And 12:53, and Calypso Voices continues. We return to the Calypso. This is a Calypsonian who you could say joined the Calypso fold last year, at least in St. Kitts. He is a Kittitian who has been living in the U.S. for years. I think he's a former member of the U.S. military. Actually grew up on his street. Was much older than me, but he was a popular guy in my area. So here is Freddie. He sang for the first time last year, and he's singing this year again. His name of his song is "What You Sow, You Reap." So here is Freddie. Oh, and Freddie, I should apologize. I know you were trying to reach me a few weeks ago, and I never got around to calling you because I'm very busy. So don't take it personally.
Patience is the key. In this garden you tend. Some seeds may take time, but will blossom in the end. belief and fear. Sow seeds of joy and laughter, keep your vision clear. Sowing seeds of discord will recruit of social unrest, and will impede your progress right from the start. For guaranteed success, to avoid distress, let the Lord Almighty direct your path.
Direct your path. Plant some seed in your life.
And watch them bloom. Be a shining light and not a prophet of doom.
Plant some seed in your life.
That the world would see you are not a stumbling block but an asset to humanity. Be careful what you're planting. Sow your seeds deep and remember,
What you sow, you will reap.
just remember,
What you sow, you will reap.
positive vibes. Nurture the youth. Keep on planting seeds. Show someone you care. Sow seeds of love. It can go anywhere. Store it in your heart, for your heart is the home for love. And love is a gift sent from the Lord above. Do something to uplift and inspire the youth. Give them hope for a brighter tomorrow. Just don't sit back. Get up and contribute. Plant a positive seed in their life and help them to grow.
Help them to grow. Plant some seed in your life.
And watch them bloom. Be a guiding light. Play a positive tune.
Plant some seed in your life.
That the world would see you're a positive role model for humanity. Be careful what you're planting. Sow your seeds deep and remember,
What you sow, you will reap.
just remember,
What you sow, you will reap.
positive vibes. Tell you, bam badi dan 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 da day. One day you will stand in the field of gold. The seeds you have sown, the stories you told. A life well lived from sun up to sundown. The hope that you gave, the fruits you have abound. With a positive outlook, you have blazed the trail. Triumph in the face of adversity. Even when you stumble in the field, you still prevail. A shining example for the world to see.
For humanity. Plant some seed in your life.
That would inspire change. Help them to build a strong foundation, put them on a different way.
Plant some seed in your life.
Do it from the heart. Motivate someone, put them on the righteous path. Sow a seed, strengthen someone who is feeble and weak. And remember,
What you sow, you will reap.
please remember,
What you sow, you will reap.
Hey, that's the newcomer. He started singing last year, came home, took part in the competition, and his name is Freddie. Freddie, Mighty Freddie. And he actually made it to the semifinals. And here he is back again this year. He is one of, I think, two visiting nationals. We had Green Tea, who also participated this year and last year, and is also back this year. Green Tea, from what I was told, is a police officer in New York, and he came home, sang last year, made it to semifinals as well. I was told that he has a song. We don't have it yet, so anyone knowing Green Tea, please ask him to have the song sent to Win FM. Okay, so we're gonna take a quick break here from Hosford's, and we're gonna come back. We're gonna hear Big Lights. The song that I guess, rather the Calypsonian who's made the phrase "things not going well" popular over the last little while, and has also translated that to a song.
Fat days are just around the corner this December, but why wait? Come now to Hosford's. Get pre-approved credit today for the biggest fat days on December 13th and 21st. That's right! Visit Hosford's Building and Neva Centers, Furniture and Appliances, Ashley Furniture Home Store, and even Hosford's Auto Sales to get pre-approved credit for all your VAT day dreams. Want a brand new living room set? Need a brand new stove? Or maybe you're eyeing a shiny new car? Get in now to lock in pre-approved on our lowest interest rates ever on brand new vehicles. Just make your way to any Hosford's location, create your VAT day wish list, and we'll handle the credit check. Then come back in December and get everything you picked out with your pre-approved credit. Hosford's is here to make VAT days easy and exciting. Pre-approved credit now for VAT days in December. Terms and conditions apply. Visit Hosford's today for all the details.
So I'm back. 5 minutes after 1 o'clock. We're doing Calypso Voices, and still pressing you guys to kind of give us a call here and weigh in. Okay, so here we have someone. Caller, go right ahead.
Hi, calling. I'm not calling about the Calypso.
No, you can call about whatever you want. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, okay. What happened that I was listening to the Prime Minister won't talk this morning, and he's talking about the minimum wage, and he talking about minimum wage and the more Social Security where you can get. That is one part of the story. The first part of the story, your minimum wage is high in the Caribbean island, but if you don't have no work, you're sitting on the high wage and the minimum wage, but don't have no work. Because I understand a factory closed down or whatever. Gone to Mexico. I think I am saying gone to Mexico or whatever.
It's even cheaper there, so yeah.
Yeah, it's cheap. That is what I'm saying. It's cheaper there. So if you raise the minimum wages, but then you use the highest minimum wage in the Caribbean, but the highest unemployment. Because a lot of people look at the time now when this place closed down around this time. People want work. People want money. The hymn writer said little is much as long as God is in it. I mean, yeah, the minimum wage is high, but he should know that some factories going to close down, some the whole ain't going to work out, but people are cut the time. So then what does it make any sense? You have to wait and see how it is how could I do this? How could
I see your point.
Just talking.
I see your point.
because
but let me ask you. But I mean, let me ask you a question. Would you rather we have a livable minimum wage and have less of those, let's say, less of that kind of manufacturing, or have it move because of a minimum wage? Which would you prefer? Would you prefer to have ready jobs, working for less money, as opposed to, let's say, a livable minimum wage? Which would you prefer? I mean, it's
I prefer that you have a living minimum wage, something that you could manage. But the way how he's talking about Social Security, what you didn't see, because if you have a high minimum wage because of your Social Security and you don't have a job, you still don't have no social. You ain't gonna get a Social Security. How long you'll be out of a job, not paying no Social Security?
I guess
Social
you're right.
Security is the Social Security is what you put in, you get. That right?
True.
So if you give me a high minimum wage and I have no job, I got a job for at least 6 months, the next 6 months I'm sitting down. What kind of social, and maybe I might be close to Social Security, who knows? So what kind of money I'm gonna get? Huh?
Yeah.
And then I'm here struggling, especially if you have children. So these are things you have to look into. The former government had given them a $500 pop-up or whatever. They say they're going to give more. When they go in, they ain't give no more. They ain't give no more before, so they drop it down. It was, I think it's $3,000 to a household, and thing. He dropped it down from 3 to 2. So
okay.
So what do you think?
So you would prefer? Okay, you see, this is a tricky balance to strike.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. You have to sift and where they can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I mean, come on, these people who are out of job right now, what happened?
But what about the people? What about the people who are out of jobs who really don't want to work? They just want to get money without working.
No, I'm talking about those who lay off. I'm talking about those who lay off because those. I'm talking about the people who lay off.
Okay.
And number one, even you have people they want job but no jobs are there. He's saying that this company will have another company coming, but when? You sitting down waiting until what? You grab in a straw?
Okay. So what else? What else was said in the round table?
You see, listen, there's a lot of things, you understand, and he need to come out. The ship is sinking. He need to come out. Because he just talking about the CBI, but he know definitely that the CBI is a ticklish thing. And you're going to go in and fling out the money left, right, and center. When they look, go on the plane. They go on plane. Every minute they go up on the plane, say they're walking outside. Oh, when you think we're going away, we're walking outside. What are you bringing into the country? Nada. All they bringing in promising. Okay. So there was supposed to be House Assembly change it to round table. He need to go.
Wow.
He need to go. Thank his people and then the people and them where they got overseas come in and vote. Go down and vote and put in who they want and then turn off. You know, they have a lot of food pantry in America here. They have food pantry in St. Kitts.
What do you mean?
Food pantry in St. Kitts.
Who does that?
Huh?
Who does that?
The government have a lot of, that's what I'm telling you, the people and they will have St. Kitts go down and vote down there and don't even contribute none to St. Kitts. They don't have a property or nothing.
Okay.
And they come back up. They didn't even have to work because they had a lot of food pantry up and down the place here. It was like how Thanksgiving coming in and more turkey going up and down the place. St. Kitts have that?
True.
St. Kitts doesn't have that. So they have to look up and down. People they don't have they don't contribute nothing. They don't have a piece of land. Some of them have piece of land, whatever house they just left it abandoned and come outside here and when they look, they regret because they ain't young anymore. They're getting old. You're going down the hill. when you could go home back at St. Kitts and have your own property or whatever, at least you don't build your property, you got your home and things. In New York here, if you don't have no rent to pay my landlord, he gonna put you outside.
Okay, I have another call.
They're gonna evict you.
Thanks. And you need to. And I need to hear from you more. Thanks for calling.
Okay, you're welcome.
Okay, great. Another call. Caller, go right ahead. Oh boy, I lost that call. So I got rid of the caller to get that call, and that person is gone. Hi, Cleo. Also, Jennifer Richards saying, enjoying the show here from the ATL. Let's go back to the phone lines. Caller, go right ahead. It's 112, sorry.
Yeah, Jamster, good afternoon.
Hey, what's up?
All right. Now, where that lady call is concerned, I have been saying over the years and getting a lot of licks for it, getting a lot of cussing for it and that sort of stuff. But government enforced minimum wage only cause much more harm, destruction, peril, and danger than what good it might cause. And I use the word might. I mean, those who are going to stick with their job, those who are going to still have their job, yes, it will to a certain degree, benefit them more. But to the many who are going to lose their job because of government increase in the minimum wage, the minimum wage is more a danger and a harm to such people, because I would prefer to be working at $6 an hour than to be not working at $11 an hour.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was that's what I was asking the lady. Okay, but let's. I take the point. I take the point.
No, yeah, Jamster. Not only that, Jamster. Like I said in a call, Bob Marley said, for every action is a reaction. Not only do people lose their job, but even those who still maintain their job, a lot of them, the employers cut their hours. Do some other things to get around the hike in the minimum wage, which ends up being worse for the employee.
Hold on there, Gregory. Don't go. Caller, go ahead. Okay. No, I was trying to keep you on the line, but that call dropped out. So go ahead.
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
here we go.
so,
Here we go. Wait.
Yes,
Caller. Oh boy, it's not going through. Yeah, it dropped out. Okay.
Okay. Well, let me make mine as quick as possible.
Yeah.
So in the end, the net effect of increasing the minimum wage by government enforcement really and truly causes more negatives, bad and harm.
But yeah, but Gregory,
the way to deal with it.
But Gregory, I really take, which is why I was saying earlier, is a tricky balance, right? I kind of take the point because. But
let me give the solution.
But wouldn't you think people would prefer to have have a higher minimum wage than to be working? Because you could still have a situation where, okay, you're working for $6 an hour. Like I said, I take the point, but you could have a situation where you're doing that job where it starts off at $6 an hour, and you feel like I think this should be more. And then, on the other side, the employer might be thinking, this is too much, or I don't know.
Let me tell you, Trevor. What a lot of people fail to realize: having a job makes you more marketable once you apply yourself to the job. But when you ain't have no job, you're not marketable.
I guess.
So there are all kind of benefits being employed, even if your wage.
Okay, Gregory.
Even if you would like it to be higher than what you
Gregory, the caller joined you. Go ahead. Go ahead, caller.
Yes, Jamster. I get what Gregory is saying, but you see, government have to step in and raise minimum wage because you have greedy companies. All the years they get the profit, they make the increase. What do the workers get? The workers work for nothing. So I'm supposed to sit in a company for 10, 20, 15, 30 years and just making the crumbs? Why the owners and all the CEOs and the this O and the that O making all the big money? That's why government have to step in and raise minimum wage, because the company owners, their
Would
main
not.
line is for
That's
their
true.
profit.
They would.
They're
They
not
would.
concerned about the employers.
Yeah, they generally wouldn't do it on their own. Yes. Yeah. So.
So you understand what I'm saying, Jamster?
Yeah, Gregor, what you say?
Yeah, Jamster.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is, when the government step in and raise it, you create more unemployment, and the companies going to quicker go to some other place, close up in your country and go to some other place. So in the end, you end up worse off. Not only that, the people them don't have a job now, where they could apply themselves and make themselves more marketable. Because you need a job, and you need to apply yourself to a job to make yourself more marketable, so you could go up the ladder.
So in other words, what Greg is telling the people who work hard every day, just suffice with the crumbs and go along with the crumbs while the owners and the CEOs, they live off the high hog. They get their bonuses, their big bonuses, their big increase, and you just take the crumbs and be satisfied with the crumbs. Well, I say hell no. Nobody should satisfy with the crumbs. Come on now, it's unfair. Have a good day.
What if you end up in a position where you ain't getting no crumbs at all? Because that is what's going to happen when you raise the minimum wage. Jamster?
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what I am saying, Jamster, there is a solution, okay? What the government need to do, the government need to raise the purchasing power of the dollar, and that is what will help the poor man.
Well, how do you do that, though?
You do that by doing a few things. One, cut government spending, because when you add to the national debt, you're only going to have to increase taxes and government fees.
How do you decide? How do you decide what gets cut? And in our neck of the woods, you never hear them talk about cutting government spending. It's always about raising taxes. But yeah, I agree with you. Where would you cut spending if you could?
Go ahead. Listen.
No,
okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. This is what I'm saying. Like I said, Trevor, I'm a Christian and I apply the Bible. And what I'm saying is that the Bible tells you government duty is to praise those who do good and punish those who do evil. So the cutting have to go in that direction. What the Bible says government duties are, God-given duties are. So such thing as schooling, health, roads, and all those sort of stuff, they need to be privatized in a proper free market capitalist way.
But Gregory, who's going to pay? Gregory, most people can't afford to pay for private schooling.
Hold on, that ain't all that need to be done, because you need to do what's going to make them affordable. And what's going to make them affordable now, okay, is the continual cutting and eliminating of government tax and government fees, so that you bring down the prices of everything to a very minimal, so that in the poorest can afford. Not only that, people will be able to help more people, will be able to do more charities, businesses and institutions will be able to do more charity work and that sort of stuff. So government, so not only government spending need to be cut by privatizing things like that, but they also need to bring down the tax rates and government fees. For example, one of the things that need to be done, as in some other places, to have a duty-free port. And not only that, government need to take away its government protectionism of agents. Because agents are the reason why, and a very big reason why things are so expensive around here. Because even if the government cut taxes, but the agents keep the prices very high, things are going to still remain expensive, because you cannot bring in things that the agents are selling to sell. So government needs to say, hey, anybody could bring in whatever and sell whatever. We are taking away all the government protectionism that we have given the agents. That would bring down the price of things a lot. Like I say, and in addition, cutting taxes and that sort of stuff. You do those things. What you got in the supermarket to buy for 600, you'll be able to buy it for 100 plus, if not less than 100.
But
And
Greg,
that it will be a big benefit for everybody.
but Greg, Cleo makes a good point here. She said, nobody should have to settle for the crumbs all the days of their life. Because while I take your point about I'd rather work for less money and have a job as opposed to, but at the same time, at some point, that job has to pay a reasonable wage. So I think.
But what about the people who now got laid off? They ain't getting no crumbs. Period. That's what's gonna happen when government enforce minimum wage.
No, but it's not necessary. You can't necessarily make it about the minimum wage. I mean, the fact is we have a higher standard of living than a lot of places. So it just comes. I'm sure they'll find a job. I don't want to sound flippant and dismissive, but I'm sure they'll find a job somewhere else. I mean,
those places.
Hold on there, Gregory. Hold on.
Yeah,
Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, Jamster.
Mm-hmm.
What Greg is saying, I'm not buying it about privatizing a lot of the stuff what he's talking about.
He knows I don't agree with that
when you
either.
privatize like hospitals and certain area that government have no hand in, you cannot tell those people how to set their prices. The prices will go through the roof. So I don't agree with privatizing some stuff. If I private, you can't dictate to me and tell me. No government could dictate to me and tell me how to set my price if that's my business.
And also,
I don't agree with what Greg is saying.
And also, Cleo, what happens is that the motive becomes profit rather than healing people in the case of a hospital.
Because nobody going to business with the intention of not making a profit.
Exactly.
Exactly, Jamster. So I'm not buying what Greg is saying.
Well, he knows I don't agree with that stuff. Okay.
Number one, I'm saying what the Bible says, okay? So Cleo doesn't accept what the Bible says, saying really me. But what I'm saying is that competition force you to bring down your prices. For example, if you had private hospitals and clinics and polyclinics and that sort of stuff in every constituency, that would be a lot of competition which will force down prices. But not only that, but give us far better service than what government give us. To sell for government.
But Gregory, don't you agree that health is a human right and that we shouldn't have? I'm not saying I know you're gonna have obviously doctors. There has to be some modicum of a profit motive if you're a doctor and you have a private practice. But what I'm saying is, you cannot. I don't think you can relegate. There's certain parts of some of the working parts of our society. You cannot relegate them to the realm of profit because that's why governments exist. Everything is not about profit.
Jamster, in a proper free market capitalist economy, you maximize your profit by selling your stuff them at low cost. Profits.
So Gregory, what's going to happen what happens? I'm glad you brought up health. So what's going to happen when you have doctors performing or doing operations or doing healthcare at a let's say competitive cost, which means that maybe it's not necessarily what they would want to be paid. What's going to happen is negligence, and what's going to happen is negligent care and people like.
You sue them because
Greg, come on now.
Government would have more resources to make a justice system a whole lot easier. You sue them. You sue them for malpractice.
Wow.
So what I'm saying is that all of these checks and balances are there once you do things the Bible way.
Greg, I don't agree with you with that. That's the way I still want to see where in the Bible it says any of that stuff you say.
Because like I tell you, Romans chapter 13, for example, where the civil government duties of government are concerned, tell the government is just there to praise those who do good, approve of those who do good, and punish evildoers. That's the God-given duties of government. And God knows best because he's the one who gave us government. What I'm saying, Trevor, is that in a free market, capitalist economy where you are low, where at minimum you are lowering taxes. Okay, you are creating more businesses, you are creating more resources, more people going to come into your country. So your businesses them have bigger markets, including hospitals, and therefore you're going to be having more competition, lower prices, more and more. And in order to make profits in a very competitive economy, in order to maximize your profit, you have to lower your prices more and more continually because people have different alternatives to go to. That is the beauty of the free market capitalist economy, including when you lower the taxes more and more in that kind of economy. And contrary to when an economy is run by the government gives protectionism, government stifles competition. So therefore, in that economy, which we all know, that's what we work with, businesses, in order for them, businesses to maximize their profit by carrying up the prices, because we are living in a government-run economy.
Okay, I mean, we're going to have to... but, Greg, I really need to see some Bible citations that prove that God is heartless, as that's how I would interpret what this stuff you say. I don't think any of that is in the Bible. Greg, you gone? Okay, he's gone. I didn't realize. Okay, so yeah, let's we got 2 minutes left. Let's listen to Big Lice a little bit. Things not going well.
In this federation, those things really not going well. Murders escalating, the body count rising, the country going through hell. It is clear that what we're doing simply is not working. Meanwhile, another family is in mourning. While some blame the police for the obvious increase. For me, it's real without justice, there is no peace. And they crying, things not going well. Oh, things not going well. Things not going well. Things not going well. And nobody has to tell you. Now what I say is true, because it ain't only me. You feel it?
Well, that's Big Lice, Things Not Going to Calypso Voices, and other topics, I guess.
Things not going well.
Yeah, Terrence Charles in the chat saying, I saw up sounds good. Okay. And Cleo says, Greg, you're living in a fantasy world. No Bible said that. Greg misinterprets the Bible all the time. Okay. Okay, so we're going to leave it there for Voices. And this half of Voices was brought to you by Hosfords. So we're going to leave it. I think we should have, I'm not sure, I think we might have Socrates back on Friday. But that's going to do it for today's edition of Voices. Have a great afternoon, folks. I'm going to make sure to put some nice carnival. Actually, I've added a lot of new carnival music, so I'm going to make sure to give you guys a nice mix of Christmas and carnival music as I've been doing the last few days. So keep on listening at winmediaskn.com and WinFM 989. Here we go.
Ready to bring fresh color and style